Hello, nope, live stream today. We're doing this all in the episode. It is the busiest transfer window I think I've probably ever had, and it's probably the one I spent the most time at. The live stream. It literally lasted about, I don't know, 8 or 10 hours. It's been just so thorough, it's unreal, and there's been a huge overhaul of the squad. It's time for you to meet the new look Valencia. Yep, hello, MikeRo Munch here, and welcome to Season 3 of the Mestalla complex. Sorry about the live stream, it's literally, like I said, it was way too thorough. I'm running on a pretty tight schedule this weekend as well, and we could have been going for about 8 hours. My internet's been a bit glitchy as well, so it probably wouldn't have been the best straight. We will do one, it'll probably be, I imagine, next summer transfer window for Season 4, where hopefully we've made a bit of a step up and we're looking to get in that higher caliber of player, and we also have a bigger budget. But that's for next year. Let's talk about the present. It's been a huge overhaul of the squad. There have been 13 outs and 11 ins, I think. So the squad size has gone down by 2, but I think the quality is vastly improved. Let's start with the outs, or at least the notable ones. And the most notable one could obviously be Danny Parejo. Yeah, he has moved to Barcelona. Bit irritated because we sold him for about £20 million. He didn't like the fact that I wanted to sell him. Technically, you look at him and you think he's brilliant, but honestly, he just never did it for me. He never was consistent enough, and I think it's more about dominating the games. For a player of his ability, you want him dominating the games, getting on the ball, dictating the tempo, and it just never happened with Danny Parejo. So he is now off at Barcelona. Second most notable out is our former number 1, Neto, now down at Watford. Sold him for £6.5 million. Decent keeper, but at the same time made a lot of mistakes towards the end and was never really consistent enough and didn't have enough leadership and kind of calming influence from the back. So Neto's gone, and so has Dominic. I won't show you all of the outs in full detail. I'll just run you through them. But Dominic has also gone, so which means we've had 2 new keepers come in. Another player to also go, and you know I won't be too disappointed about this, is Zakaria Bakali. I did kind of want to keep him, but at the same time, it's another player that's wildly inconsistent. Didn't particularly like me that much, so I didn't really have much choice in the end. He looks a decent player, but I just don't think it works for me. I just didn't see it. You look at it here, only 2 goals and 48 appearances for Valencia is not really good enough. He did get 2 in 8 away at Lazio last year, but only 8 performances there, so you can tell he's just not really cutting the mustard. Could be a first team player, but it's not great. Other notable absentees at the moment are Montoya, Kadiri Mohammed, who I obviously bought in Season 1, has also gone. All these guys going for around about £1.5 to £2 million, nothing too expensive. It's the next one that's a kicker. It shows you how seriously I'm taking the save now. Charlie Mulgrew, my mate, my legend, my buddy, my soulmate, has gone to Birmingham. Sold him on for, oh god, what was it? Not a lot. £575,000. He was a decent servant to the club. He only played 16 appearances for a guy I absolutely loved. He only got 16 games under me, but it was about his calming influence in the dressing room. You will be missed, Charlie. You will be missed. Right, so more importantly, onto the ins. And I am very happy with my transfer business. It's not often I come out of a window thinking, yeah, we're in business now. But this year, a bit different. So we'll start with the loans in, and not a bad way to start. Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, loaned in. He may only be 2-star now, 4-star potential going forward. I'm hoping that maybe if I can kind of be kind to him in this one, we might be able to buy him later, but just the value alone is going to be too much, I think, for us to have him. But I wanted to have at least one game where I play with him, and he's absolutely brilliant. For a guy who's only 19 years old, his stats are incredible. The physicals, the mentals, the finishing at 15. Very decent footballer. The only problem I've got now is that because the UK have left the EU, in the game, he now counts as a non-EU player. So I've got registration issues, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Now this is much more of a first team loan signing. Rasmus Nissen Christensen, on loan from PSG, right back or left back. So yeah, we will be playing them in this season. Look at this, the most well-rounded fullback I think I could get. 3-star ability, 3-star potential. I think it's going to be more than that because he's 22 years old. But he looks incredibly decent, can play on either flank. A good replacement for Montoya and a bit of an upgrade, I'd like to think. And the last of the loans that we've got is João Carvalho, on loan from Benfica at the moment. This player looks like a bit of a baller. He's got very decent technicals, good mentals as well, 16 composure, 16 vision, maybe a little bit of backup to Parejo, obviously not quite as well rounded and well finished, but still a decent talent. Physically a little bit weak, but at the same time he's still got enough about him, I think, to make a good versatile player. As you can tell here by all the positions he can play, that was more of the reason why I bought him. At least he can fill in, and he's going to be very useful as we go on the assault in the Champions League and in La Liga. I did tell you earlier that we had 2 new keepers, and here is the first one. Oh my god, how am I going to say this? Utumeleng Kune? I don't know. Either way, 32-year-old South African goalkeeper. Very decent, actually. Throwing of 20, reflexes 16, kicking 16, handling 16, 3-star potential, 3-star ability. Most important stat in all this, determination 20, leadership 17. I have bought in a lot more of the weaknesses that I thought we had, and I've bought in a lot more leaders for this save. Bravery 16 also helps. I don't know if he's going to be the number 1, because the number 2, if you like, that we've got is also pretty good, but I think this is a very shrewd signing. The number 2 is Nick Pope, if you can believe it. 27-year-old, obviously had a brilliant season last year in Burnley. Not quite as good as Kune, so I think this guy is definitely going to be on number 2, but he's very decent backup. Still 3-star. 15 reflexes, 16 on 1-on-1, 16 handling, 16 aerial reach, 17 command of area. Leadership lacking a little bit, which I think is the other reason why Kune has kind of got the nod over him at the moment. But he's a very decent footballer, knows he's a backup, and that's what matters. I think it's a bit of an improvement in the goalkeeping department. Maybe not in terms of ability, or current ability in the stars, but in terms of actual ability, I think so. Jason Derulo is obviously now officially transferred in. I thought I'd just take care of this one. We've already seen him. We already know how good he can be. He probably was our best defender over the last 2 years, but that's not really saying a lot. So, speaking of improvements, though, in the defence, this will raise a few eyebrows and remind you also of the West Ham save. Clement Lenglet has come in from Valencia. Got him for 12.5 million, which I think is a pretty decent deal. We already know how good this boy is. He's got great strength. Great mentals, and as a defender, great physicals. Heading 15, marking 15, tackling 14, passing 13, 15 leadership, 15 positioning, 15 work rate. I think he's going to be our new kind of defining centre back. He's going to be the Van Dijk of my defence. I think the La Liga game suits him a little bit more maybe than the Premier League game, Premier League kind of style of football did. But I'm very excited to see how he gets on for us. Another defender that's coming back for us, and only because I could get him on a free, is Eloquim Mangala. He didn't do too badly last year. I think he's just a very decent option to have at the back as well. Physically a tank. We've all been through this, actually. I'm not going to run you through it again. But Mangala, who was with us on loan last year, is now with us here permanently on a free, which I think is a great bit of business. Another free signing is a youngster called Tom Flamont. He's actually in the under-19s at the moment. 18-year-old French fullback. Looks quite decent at that age. Only 1.5 stars at the moment, but could be a 4-star ability fullback. He's just another boy to have to the bow. He probably will go out on loan. I'll move him to an affiliate at some point so he can get himself some game time, but he looks decent. Now, I have 2 more signings left. One of them is on a free, and the other one is the most expensive one that we made all summer. I'm really happy with both of them. I think they're the guys that are going to take us to this next level. They're not young players, but they are guys in their prime, so I think we're going to have more of an instant impact. We'll start with a freebie, and that freebie is Cesc Fabregas. Yes, he is on 130k a week, but if you wanted a Parejo replacement that I know can do the job, this is your boy. Physically, not gone, but not brilliant. Technically, passing 19, technique 19, vision 18, leadership 13, flair 15, composure 18, anticipation 18. Mentally and technically, he is as good as they come. He's not going to be dominating my midfield. I'm probably going to play him as the attacking playmaker in the hole behind to create chances, because that way he doesn't need to run around as much. More like a Mesut Ozil sort of role, as it were, but he will probably track back because at least he can be asked to. But I'm very, very happy with this. I think this is a shrewd signing. He's also good for tutoring people. And our number 1 signing is Mario Mandzukic. 4-star ability, current and potential. The mentals are what dragged me to him. Look at this. Aggression 20, anticipation 16, bravery 19, composure 15, decision 16, determination 20, leadership 16. Teamwork 20, work rate 20, physically still brilliant. Technically, he never has been the best technical player, but in terms of just he's absolutely brilliant. And then he went and broke his collarbone and is out for another 3 weeks. So you won't get to see him in this episode, but hopefully you will in the next one. But I'm very, very happy with this signing. I think this could be the one that takes us to that next level. So there you are in total. Outgoings of 37.5 million, and a total of 38.5 coming in. So we've actually pretty much broken even in terms of what we spent. I'm very, very happy with it. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you think it's good. There are still some deals ongoing, not many coming in, but some going out. They're still going in. No vice, etc., etc. I want to get rid of. Without further ado, we can just quickly run through the preseason, and we are unbeaten. We've won every game except the 1-1 against Ajax. Notably, we beat Real Madrid in there 2-0. Mandzukic and Batshuayi getting on the score sheet. And funnily enough, today, yet again, we start against Real Madrid in the La Liga. It just gets better. So as you can tell, at the end of last season, the teams to go down were Alsasson, Girona, and Zaragoza. This year, it looks like Atletico Pamplona, Levante, and Granada have come back up. So that is going to be the new lineup in the league. I'm quite excited this year, actually. I think we should the idea this year is to make inroads. If we can maybe get closer to the title this time round, because last year, how far away were we last year? We were 19 points off the title. If we can get that down to around about maybe 10 or less, I'll be happy and think it's a pretty decent year for us. But that's easier said than done, because last year I think a few teams had a pretty bad performance. So as I said earlier, I have got a registration problem. The registration problem means that Carlos Gruzo and Ryan Brewster are not actually registered in my La Liga team. I completely forgot about the rule and just, oh bloody hell, I've done it for myself now. So what we've got at the moment is we have got like this kind of kite formation of a 5-4-1, but it's with diamond wing backs. I think it looks quite decent. The defence looks so much stronger now. We've got a little bit more protection. Fabregas here has kind of been given a bit of a more of a role to kind of go out there and help out at the top. He will eventually end up in the attacking playmaker role, because I'm working on a diamond formation for when Mandzukic comes back and we can go 2 up top, because I think him and Batshuayi will play well together. Other notable ones actually is that we have promoted some of the youngsters that we've got in. We've got young Alex Sentels, another player from the West Ham side you might remember. Never really got a run in the first team. Bought him for the future, but never really got around to playing him. Looks decent. It'll be a good backup left back for us. And then we've also got, and this guy I'm excited about, Javi Jimenez. He looks very decent, very solid in the in the physicals, very good at the back. 16 determination excites me a little bit. He's got all the technicals here. He just needs a little bit more kind of culture to his game, but that's going to come from being in the first team. Also, and this will remember people, Ferran Torres, who was an absolute nightmare in my Man City save, so I know he becomes good. Right winger, he will get some game time under me this year. I just feel like the squad looks a lot more. I just feel like the squad looks deeper this year. I think it just looks a bit stronger. We are maybe lacking another centre forward, but then when Mandzukic comes back, it will look a lot better. So the lineup is going to be Kune in goal with Longa, Derulo, and Mangala as the back three. Wendell as left wing back, Christensen at right wing back. Naturally, Vidal will also get a good run there. It's between him and Christensen for who gets to start these days. Zobnin is a defensive midfielder with Fabregas and Soler in front. Jack Grealish is in behind Michy Batshuayi up front. It's going to be interesting to see how we get on. Who have they got? Alright, okay. Real Madrid here have got Sadio Mane, and he's new. Talisa's playing at left back, so that might be somewhere we can get at. Other than that, their squad's pretty much the same. Isco's playing up front, which seems a bit strange to me. I'm going to say passionately, go out there and impress me. There's a lot of guys who we want to watch who are new to the club. They're out there to impress. Let's hope that they can actually do it. A lot of motivation in that speech. I like it. It's not a bad way to start the season. If we can get a win here, I'm going to be delighted. It's the fact that we're at home that makes me think this could be a very, very difficult game for Real Madrid. We can get rid of all the league and latest scores because we don't need to see that. And away we go. Season 3 is off and underway. First highlight of the season, and it won't surprise you to know that it's Real Madrid that have it, as Carvajal gets in down the right hand side. It's good covering by Wendell. Great save by Kune. That was it was nearly an own goal. Just knocks up a player at the front post, and it's a good save from Kune to keep it out as Real Madrid recycle it, and the highlight is over. I do feel the one problem we're going to have with this formation is that it's not going to be useful when we play against teams that kind of camp out in against us, but I've got a plan for that, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. Good. Jack Grealish is injured. That's just how I want to start the season. We'll bring on Lucas Paqueta, who's now actually back from his rehab. He's not very match sharp, but we all know how good he can be if we can just get him going. Oh, good. It looks like pulled ankle ligaments for Jack Grealish. That's good. That's what we want to see. For all the fact that Madrid have had more of the ball, we've actually had more shots, and the majority of them are on target. 75% of our shots are on target. That's not bad, actually, boys. I'm pretty impressed. And there's a highlight just before the end of the half. Are we going to make our dominance in shots count? As Zoblin plays a nice ball up to Vendel. And Wendell goes on a bit of a run here. He's looking a very decent player now, Wendell. He's seen him picking up. What a run this is. Great ball in. Batshuayi. Oh, he's headed just over. Unlucky. Brilliant run from Vendel. Well, it's 0-0 at half time, but I think the more important thing is that we've looked solid. I'm going to passionately say I'm very happy with your performance so far. Keep it up, because, like I said, it's all about being solid. I like scoring lots of goals, but I think it was getting to the point where I was just getting so irritated by the amount of stupid goals we were conceding, and just the lack of concentration and lack of general sort of formation and structure to what we were doing. It just became so irritating. Let's just make a chance here. Wendell sizes up Carvalho and absolutely skins him, as he has done all day. Wendell into Batshuayi. Oh, he's hit the post. Michi playing at 6.3, and for the time being I have to keep him on because I don't have another forward while Mandzukic is injured. Corner, Fabregas whips it in. Mangala is hit the post again. This is irritating. Paqueta's unlucky. I thought Paqueta just managed to nick the ball there off of Tony Kroos. Kroos into Ronaldo. This worries me. Mane spreads the ball to Tali, so there's going to be the overlap on the number 22. Isco's got away. Isco, Kune's missed it, and it's a foul. Kune was shoved by Ronaldo. Yeah, you thug, get off. Ooh, I'm going to bring on Moses Simon actually, and what we'll do is we'll swap him with Paqueta, and we'll get Paqueta going. We'll get Paqueta going as the complete forward and see if Lucas Paqueta can do anything. He's got great technique and he's very quick, Paqueta, so maybe he might just be able to help break the lines. I'm annoyed that Michi missed those chances. These are the kind of games where I need him to step up. This is where Mandzukic would be excellent for us. You know what, actually, we're going to swap Moses because he's got the more explosive pace with Paqueta, and then we'll get Moses as the advanced forward and just see if maybe we can get him in down the back, down the lines. If we can break over the top, we'll be in business. There is a highlight here, and that's always worrying. Great play by Paqueta to nick the ball. Now, come on, don't give it away. Good man. Christensen. Superb crossover ball from Christensen. Vendel, who's been by far our best player today. Wendell must be Moses. Bang! It's 1-0. Get in. Moses Simon. Tactical genius. I'm a tactical genius. Swap him and Paqueta. Paqueta won the ball. Moses finishes the move. It's that ball there from Christensen. That pass. That's the kind of thing Montoya and that could not do beforehand. Vendel deserves his assist. He's been absolutely magnificent today. And Moses Simon, who barely featured last year thanks to our lack of wingers, has smashed in an absolute rocket. 1 minute to go. The minutes are dragging down. 94. We even have a corner. We are still on the attack. Ronaldo clears it. It is a 1-0 win to Valencia on the opening day against arch rivals Real Madrid. Boom. 8.8 from Vendel. That guy, he cannot have more praise. It's a very nice victory. Well done. Everybody is happy with that. I am delighted with that. Only downside is Michi Batshuayi being a little bit poor. Other than that, magical. I'll tell you what, actually, I think the Champions League draw is actually quite soon. So we'll nip through this. And then I'll see you at the Champions League draw, because I think that's coming up. So here are we, to finish the episode, a Champions League draw. Pot 1, you got Barcelona, Bayern, Chelsea, Porto, Napoli, United, Monaco and Zenit. Second, oh god, Real, Atletico, Juve, Arsenal, PSG, Tottenham, Shakhtar, Olympic Lyon. So we're still in pot 3 along with Roma, Leverkusen, Kiev, Ajax, Besiktas, Leipzig and Wolfsburg. And then you got Olympiacos, Inter, Copenhagen, Sporting, Young Boys, Rostov, Karabakh and STVV. We managed to make it through a pretty tough group last year. I'm hoping that it's going to be easier this year. Okay, well, unfortunately, there are a couple of groups that we can get that I really don't want. One most notably being Chelsea and PSG. I don't particularly want them. Zenit and Arsenal. Well, we beat Arsenal last year. We can't have United because Atletico have got them. We can't have Monaco because Real Madrid have got them. So we could have Napoli and Lyon, Bayern and Shakhtar, which would probably be my preferred. FC, Porto and Juventus, or Chelsea and PSG. Oh no, we need to get it now. Oh crap. Champions League holders Chelsea and PSG will play flipping Valencia. It just doesn't get any easier. The come down is and Inter, my god. Literally, it could not get any more difficult than that. That was literally probably the hardest draw we could have got. The best team, arguably, apparently, because they won the Champions League last year. Those two were in the final of this competition last year. So PSG, Chelsea, and Inter, brilliant. Well, we're going to be making a Europa League campaign this year, I think it's fair to say. I'm not going to take part in the transfer deadline. Where do you come back? Let's come back for the Chelsea and Sociedad games. So then we've got a nice home and an away fixture, because it'd be nice to see us away from home, because that's where most of our problems occurred last year. So if we can fix that, we go a long way to fixing our problems in the league. I was really happy about the Madrid loss. Now I'm on a little bit of a come down now thanks to that Champions League draw, but hey-o. So thank you for watching the episode videos. Welcome back to the Mestalla Complex for Season 3. I'm very excited. Let me know what you think of my transfer business in there. Let me know if you think there are any kind of positions that we need strengthening. I still have £8 million in the budget to buy players, but that's why you have to wait until January. I do feel that we're relatively stocked. Maybe up front is the one place where I think we're a little bit lacking, but defensively now, so much better, and that was what I really wanted to address in the window. I tried to get Cutrone and Pinamonti back, but I just couldn't do it. I missed them so much. Thanks so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you come back for the next episode. It's going to be a humdinger with Chelsea involved. Until I see you there, stay cool.